Cynthia Smart's Midwife Crisis. Written by Liz Davies. Narrated by Jennifer Smith. Chapter 1. Cynthia Smart stared at the word on the little stick of plastic with a growing sense of disbelief. She could not be pregnant. It simply wasn't possible. Rather, it was possible, she conceded, but only remotely. Therefore, there must be some mistake. The pea stick must be faulty. It was a false positive, a bad batch. She'd been horrified enough when, after searching online for the reason for her lack of periods, she'd read that after 40 years of age, the absence of a period for 3 months was most likely due to the start of the menopause. Perimenopause, it was called. However, Cynthia was nowhere near ready to accept encroaching middle age. Of course, the advice was to first consider if there was any possibility she might be pregnant, and she'd assumed there wasn't. She simply couldn't be. But just to be on the safe side, she'd bought a couple of pregnancy tests on the way home from work, to rule it out once and for all. If it was negative, then the advice was to wait a couple more months, because at her age, she didn't appreciate the connotation, 44 was still youthful. A woman's menstrual cycle can become a bit patchy. If her periods hadn't restarted in that time, she'd need to visit the doctor, who would take some blood samples and run a few tests. Now, though, it looked like her periods weren't set to make a reappearance for at least 6 more months. She slumped back against the cistern and hitched in a ragged breath. Pregnant. It didn't seem real. How the hell could a one-night stand result in such a life-changing event? I mean, I know how, she thought. But who could have anticipated it? She was 44, her fertile years were well behind her, and they'd used protection. Plus, it had only been the once. Twice, actually. But on the same wild, uninhibited night, so essentially it only counted as once. Up until this point, her memory of the night she had spent with Stan, young, hot, surfer Stan, had been a naughty little secret she'd stashed away in the back of her mind to be brought out now and again when she needed to cheer herself up.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?